Okay, let's go ahead and slow this down a little bit. I was kind of like warned, or maybe just advised, I should say, to be careful with this one. So I'm going to put it out there, but I'm going to let you decide, um, let you decipher for your own self, because it does not take a genius to figure this out. Again, I feel like I'm watching a movie. I don't feel like this is real. It's 28 years later after this incident, and I've seen a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of Hollywood stunts, and I've seen a lot of stunt men that have seem to have a similarities to this scenario that takes place. With that being said, you could draw your own conclusions for from what I said. So, I also want to make this note, and this is something that's very obvious. This was put out there as being a home video. Doesn't look like a home video to me. It looks like a Hollywood camera again, and technology in 91, I didn't know that they can zoom in and zoom back out, and then you could see if it's an actual hit, if it's hitting the body, and it doesn't really look like it to me. That's my perspective. But again, you have to take your own perspective. You have eyes, and if you have that third eye, you can see even deeper into this. This is a deep rabbit hole. It's not going to be done in one video. So this is only part one to the rabbit hole that I'm going to unfold here. And it gets deep. But these two clips that I'm going to show after this is going to be that of the explanation or the interview that took place shortly after the beating. And then the clip after that is going to be an interview that took place at the 20-year mark of the beating. And you can see that there's some inconsistencies as far as the storyline, and there's also some contradiction. Rodney King was asked, was he called the N-word? Was there racial slurs involved in this beating? And you could see in the next video that he contradicts himself. So I'll go ahead and just let those play. And like I said, this is going to be a continuation videos that are going to be posted. So just stay tuned.
At all, how many times you were hit by a club? What do you remember about that aspect?
Several times. And then stomped and kicked.
Pick up your, this is something.
This,
See that? What is that from?
that's from some kind of device that they use. They shocked me. They got a big kick out of that.
What makes you say they got a kick out of it?
Because of how long they left it in me. It was like they had a little toy and they wanted to see how it worked.
What kinds of things did you hear from the officers? Did you hear any kind of slurs at all?
What do you mean? What slurs?
Were there any kind of racial comments made at all?
Oh, racial? No. I didn't know. I didn't hear it.
You can cut this from the tape if you want. But Rod's family has made it very clear that they're not looking to turn this into a racial crusade.
Mr. King doesn't want to make it out as though they did this just because he was a black man. That may have been incidental to it, and there may be personal motives that these officers had that we don't know about yet. But at the present time, it doesn't seem like that.
Out, Larry.
Police chase, after running from the police anyway. I just didn't know it was going to be that severe. So once she got my ID out of my back pocket. She was walking away, and I'm thinking it won't be that bad because it's a female out here. So maybe these boys ain't gonna act a fool on me. I knew it was gonna be a beating, but a whooping. I didn't know how bad. So once she walked away from me, I could see them running to the cars, popping the trunk, and just trying to snatch. He's trying to pull a billy club out of the car, and then they started running towards me. So I just didn't want to see. So I faced my. As she was walking away, I said, "Hey, tell them that they don't have to do this." And she started walking away. I said, "Hey, tell them they don't have to do this." I'm getting scared now because they just like inches from me. I mean, feet from me. And so once they get over, once she walks away, her husband walks up to me and just pow, kicks me in the temple and in my temple area, and then broke my eye socket out real bad, and broke my cheekbone. So, and then he asked me, "How do you feel?" And so once he asked me, "How do you feel?" and I just stripped me from all my decency and my manhood, and I just felt like just a useless piece of crap. This guy gonna ask me how I feel. So one thing I can think of is, and I couldn't say it right. I feel fine. I feel fine.
Right.
Blowing all this blood out of my mouth. So I'm still laying down there. So he walks away. After kicking me with them long boots on, he walks away, and then he goes. Then Sergeant Kuhn comes in. Didn't know him by name then. I know him well to be the sergeant now. And once he walked in, he immediately, boom, tased me. He must have heard the highway patrol officer ask, "How did I feel?" So once he discharged that first taser through me, it stopped. I'm full of blood, and he asked me, "How do you feel now?" And I didn't say anything. And then just before he shot me again, he said, "We're gonna kill you, nigga, run." So when he said, "We're gonna kill you, nigga, run," I'm already gonna run. I'm gonna find a clearance. So I stayed down on the ground and was real calm for just seconds, just looking for a clearance in between the police car and me. So when you see me, in the video, for some of you that have seen it, when you see me on the floor, I'm on the ground. When I'm on the ground, I'm looking for a clearance to get up. So when I see the clearance, I immediately get up. Bam! I get up. I don't want my hands nowhere near my pockets because I don't want to look like a threat. So I put my hands up like that, not knowing my leg was broken. After all the baton hits, because after the second taser, after the first taser, they just started wailing on me. So it must have broken my leg. So when I heard "We're gonna kill you, nigga, run," threw my hands up. Like I said, I did not want them near my pockets whatsoever. So I went down. And when I went down, I immediately tried to throw my hands in front of my face. It wasn't. I was launching at him. I was just trying to catch my fall. So I caught my fall. Couldn't run anywhere. Leg was broke. So at that point, I had to just kind of like cover, put my arms up. When I put my arms up, the guys would start wailing on me with the baton. And like, "Stay still, you effing N. Stay still. Hands behind your back." So I'm like, I can't put my hands behind my back because you're beating the crap out of me and tasing me at the same time. So while the taser is going through me, this guy would start hitting me, beating me. And once the taser would stop, they beat me even more. And to try and make it look like I'm really trying to move and get up, which I wasn't. I couldn't stay still because you're not giving me a chance to recoup and put my hands behind me. So I see it slowed down. So Bersenio, the other officer, he puts his foot on my head. He puts his foot on my head, and they've got metal batons. They got metal batons, and so when he's got his foot on my head, but he's telling them guys, he's telling those guys, he's saying, "Hey, be careful. You." He's saying, "Be careful. You're gonna get." He's telling them to be careful. You're gonna get shocked. You're gonna get shocked. So let me just give me a minute. I'll get his head. He was trying to push my head straight into the pavement. So he's telling them to wait a minute. You're gonna get shocked. You're gonna get shocked. You're gonna get shocked. And he stayed pushing, trying to have my head straight into the pavement. So after that, the taser starts up again, and getting hard to remember that thing. I'm feeling it while I'm explaining it. So then the taser starts.
We appreciate it.
So then, the taser starts, and again. And so at that point, I'm screaming like a dog, and I'm hearing these guys call me a bunch of names, that I've heard before. Some, kind of words. When you hear that, you better get ready to die if you're getting beat at the same time while you're hearing that. So the only thing I could do, like I said, at that point was cover my brain, my marbles up back here, and just try and pray that I didn't die. I didn't have enough, time to pray, but I was just trying to cover my, watch my head and protect my marbles.